red crane right there in the middle of everything.
Okay.
We're going to aim for that.
Okay.
All right, that area is called sea launch. That's where SpaceX recovers a lot of their rocket boosters, and they bring it to that space before they reel it up to Hawthorne, where they have one of their major factories.
And we're under the shelf of Class B here?
Oh yeah, the Class Bravo doesn't start to 5,000 feet,
5,000
so we
feet,
are well below.
And Long Beach is a Class D?
Correct. And we're about to exit the airspace in just a little bit.
Factor, I'm not sure if I cleared you, but runway 26 left, clear for the option.
26 left, clear for the option.
There's your 26 left, clear for the option.
26 left.
And what's the highest obstacle around here?
Mainly just cranes right here and some of the bridges. We're going to be above them, but we're going to climb in a second.
Yeah.
Tower 4 Whiskey Bravo requesting frequency change.
Whiskey Bravo, frequency change approved.
Thanks, 4 Whiskey Bravo. All right, start climbing this up to 1,300 feet.
Okay.
We're going to come around here. We're going to circle around a little bit before we come back and start doing stuff.
So stay to the left of the, to the right of the crane?
Keep going straight. Keep going straight. Like I said, we're going to be well above it.
Okay.
So about 13, like I said, somewhere between 13 and 1,500 feet.
Okay.
So you can see one of the rocket boosters right there, right next to the crane, the black thing right there. Yeah. So they'll launch. So they have their facility over in Hawthorne. They'll send it up to Vandenberg, which is near, north of Santa Barbara. They'll shoot it out. Booster will land somewhere out there on top of that little pad right there.
Yeah.
And they'll tow it back over here, and they'll do
cool
it.
Is that?
Yeah.
You got to get a good picture of that, Pete.
Yeah. Basically, yes.
So move it a little bit to the left so we can get on the right side and you can see it.
All right, climb at 1,000.
Harbor traffic helicopter 4 Whiskey Bravos over sea launch, 1,000 feet westbound.
So this one's recently recovered then?
Think so. I mean, sometimes it lasts here for a couple days,
okay.
But
1,100.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to follow that a little bit right there. We're going to aim for that big old wide open concrete area over there.
Okay.
So this sea launch is going to be Pier 300. So a lot of what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to aim for that big old concrete area and then come back around and do that quite a bit. So let's circle around here a little bit, get an idea of where everything's at, and then we'll come back around here.
Sure. That's your practice area? That's where you do your autos into?
Yeah, we use this area quite a bit. Robinson uses it quite often as well, too. You know what I mean? So they'll have like sometimes, when you guys start flying, they'll have like 2 helicopters over here, one on the more on the south side, one over doing stuff over here. Other people will go to Compton, stuff like that as well, too. So
this is about the right distance over here for auto into it from?
Pretty much, yeah.
About a visual?
Yeah, right here we can definitely make it, especially if we go max glide and all that stuff too. So we'll work on all that stuff right there.
Oh yeah. I just want to get a visual.
Yep.
You know.
So there's Torrance over there. You see the airfield over there?
Where is it? Oh yeah, straight ahead. Yeah. Much easier to get there by air. I was going to tell you, go pick me up a helicopter. It would have been.
I definitely could have done that.
Yeah, you could have done that.
All right, so yeah, keep going a little bit forward right there. You can see the USS Iowa, which is an old World War II battleship over there.
Yeah.
And then once we get close to that one, we'll curl around this way towards San Pedro Harbor. We'll come back around this way, and then we'll get started.
Okay. You want me to go on the other side of the cranes and come around?
No. Stay on this side of the cranes. If we go on the other side of the cranes, we'll actually get into Torrance's airspace. So go to the turn now.
Good.
All right, get us back up to like 13.
1,500?
13.
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you go a little bit higher than that, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
I mean, we're pretty much here by ourselves. No one else seems to be around the area. All right. Normally, if it wasn't as cloudy, you'd be able to see Catalina from here.
Catalina?
Yep.
It's an island?
Yep. It's about like 40 miles away, like 20, 25 minutes to get there from here. Only 15 minutes to circle the whole entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just get
you do a lot of tours?
Yes. Yeah, not to Catalina. That's a little bit farther from where we need to go. But a lot of LA tours, a lot of Orange County tours, stuff like that too.
And what is over here? That's all Torrance? On my right side?
This is Palos Verdes off to our right, so it's a nice little island. We can explore it around if you want to, but San Pedro Harbor here, we got the breakwater, so a lot of fixed wings use the breakwater here to do ground reference maneuvers and whatnot. Going to make a left turn here.
Okay.
All right, directly underneath us right here is Terminal Island. It's a Coast Guard station and a prison. Good. A little tighter. We just want to avoid that dirt area over there. There's a nesting ground right there we got to avoid.
Okay.
All right, good.
Nesting ground of what?
I forget exactly what type of bird.
The sun area over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta make sure we avoid that area. And then, so the dark blue cranes in that whole entire area is called Pier 300.
Okay.
This area that's underneath this is Pier 400.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, we're gonna go back to sea launch, turn around, we're gonna start doing stuff to Pier 300. So
okay.
we'll start off. We'll just get warmed up, right? So we'll just do some regular autos.
Yep.
All right. Enter, establish, glide. We'll let it come down to like 500 to 700 feet, and then we'll recover, nice and easy, right?
And
start
come
the climb back up, come back around.
Okay. So you want me to use that boat in the water as kind of like my my downwind to base?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You can keep it a little bit tighter in here. You don't have to go out as far, but
okay.
You know what I mean. For this first one, just because we're getting a lay of the land to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Can you turn the AC a little bit more down?
Yeah, I don't need it on at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty cold.
We'll turn it off right there.
We've been sitting in AC all day in the classroom over there, and I think you got...
yeah, they always make that really cold. The classroom really cold. Okay, so once we get to like where the rocket and the crane is, we'll turn it around there, aiming for that.
Okay.
Slow us back down closer to 70-ish or so. And then we'll just do a regular auto. All right, so regular auto. Talk me through it. How do you normally do it?
Lower, roll down, right, aft, and...
Yeah, pretty much it, right? And then whatever RPM spike, watch out for that one, and then
and
keep
bump
it
as necessary, yeah.
Exactly. So the only thing I would suggest is that make sure get the
2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Get the collective all the way down and then roll off the throttle. Just it'll help save your RPMs a little bit more.
Yep.
Okay, good. Speed's good, looking great. All right, remember, keep it smooth, right? We're not trying to do anything yet. I mean, I said I haven't done anything on this helicopter yet either,
nice and easy.
So it'll be an experience for both of us.
Yep.
All right, looking clear. Let me make a call.
Okay.
Harbor Traffic Helicopter 4 Whiskey Bravos at sea launch. We'll be maneuvering between sea launch and Pier 300, 1,500 feet below. All right, when you're ready.
Okay. All right, clear.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, down.
Good. Roll it off.
Roll it off.
And bump is necessary. There's that bump. Good. More. There you go. Good.
And keep speed. Collective down a little bit.
Good. Bring it down a little close to 70. There you go. Good. Good. Hold it there. Good. Nicely done. All right. Recover. So roll on just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yep.
There you go.
And power,
all right. Cool.
Level, and fly.
Perfect. Nicely done.
Okay.
All right. You want to practice? You just want to do another, just a normal one right away? Okay.
I would pull. We need to start a little early, otherwise we would have never made it. We would have overshot. As long as I'm making an S-turn.
Yeah.
To get into it, you know. All right. We climb back into 23 inches. You pull the nose up a little bit.
Left is clear. You can start your turn whenever you're ready. Yeah. Since we're not actually going to the ground, we're stopping off like 400 to 500 feet above.
No problem.
But just getting used to how this one feels, right? Because every helicopter is just a little bit different.
Yeah, great.
Alrighty.
Like I will start it at at my place, and we usually do 85, 90. You bring it to 70, 75. That's a little slow, and I'm used to it, but same difference,
Yeah, I mean, in the end, you should be able to do it for whatever speed as necessary.
Because you never know what's going to happen, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's one thing that Peter can tell you later about when we go on the tour.
You can make the turn now. We don't have to wait. We don't have to go all the way across, kind of thing, right?
He will tell you about his experience with Cloud Bashar. We'll reserve that when we go sightseeing after we're done here.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear about it.
It's eye-opening, John.
What? So recording good. Okay. Good.
Lower.
Yeah, we don't have to go all the way over there now. Now that we're getting pretty much closer to altitude, once we hit kind of like that bend, we can turn back around that way.
Right, split in between the waterways.
Yeah.
Okay. It's almost like the 180s.
Yeah, the first one is really just kind of let's look at them exactly, see what's around us, what's going on, make sure everything's clear before we start really just hitting these hard.
The bird flies very nice, though.
Good, I'm glad. This is my first time flying it too, so. Yeah, James flew it when he brought it over here. He says it flies really nice. It's smooth, so that's good. I like smooth. I don't like stiff. Stiff makes it harder.
But we have a newer and we have an older one. So there's, our new one is a little stiff. The other one is very loose. So it's always finding if it plays in between.
Alrighty. Once you make that turn, when you're ready, enter, and we'll go from there.
And 3, 2, 1, all the way down, aft, roll, bump.
Orange County traffic, helicopter 156, Lake Mission Viejo, westbound 1,300 Orange County.
RPMs are good. Keep it down at 80.
RPM's a little high.
So this is in
There you go. Good. Yeah, this is perfect.
This is perfect, yeah.
We nailed this one right here. Okay, go and recover. So just roll on just a little bit.
Roll slowly.
Good. Lift collective, nice and smooth.
Nice.
There you go, nice.
We usually wait until the RPMs are back before we do that. But
yeah, I mean, if they're like close, you can give it a little collective.
Yeah.
The correlator's going to pull it right back up. It's nothing to worry about at that point.
Okay.
Cool. All right, take this round. Let's do it again. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to, well, here, I'll give you an option. Do you want to try to extend the glide out more? Or do you want to shorten the glide?
Well, let's do a long one first, and we'll do a short one after that.
Okay.
So a 90 speed, then roll it down to 90 RPMs.
Yep. So when we do this right here, you want to do as little as possible. So go and start making a turn. So what they're going to teach you at the safety course is, you know that when you enter the auto, right?
Yeah.
If you start pushing forward, what's going to happen to RPMs? They're going to start to drop, right?
Yeah.
So start off with the cyclic first. So into the auto rotation, start pushing that speed closer to 90.
Yeah.
The RPMs will drop down. Let it, right? And then
Yeah.
once you get close enough, then you can start adjusting a little bit with the collective in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
So that way you're not sitting there doing a whole bunch of different things. It's like, okay, into the auto rotation, just nose it over nice and easy, right? Obviously, just make sure that you're
But you
not
still
going
do
right there.
down, right.
Cool. You still
aft,
enter like normal.
and as soon as you do the aft, then you start moving forward to maintain the
Exactly.
speed, pick it up to 90.
And then let the RPMs drop by
And the RPMs
itself.
will drop, and then you adjust with the collective as necessary.
Perfect, and then hold it there.
Okay.
All right, this time get us up to like 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah, now we have a little bit more time to really experience it before we bring it back.
You want to go out a little further too then?
Sure. Yeah, go a little further
So I'll
so
go
that
to
way.
the corner over here and then come back in.
Okay, sounds good.
That'll get me time to get to 1,500 as well. Now, how are the yards over here, container ships? Is it about normal level over here or low?
This one, well, the container ships are usually pretty normal, but the actual amount of containers here seems a lot right now.
A lot?
Yeah.
Orange County traffic, helicopter 156, 4 to the southeast of the El Toro VOR. We're westbound 1,000 Orange County.
Yeah, this seems pretty full right now. All right, so when it comes to
1,500.
that glide, things to remember is that you don't always have to do max glide if you don't need to. Sometimes
yeah.
just getting more speed by itself will give you that little bit of extra distance that you need.
The 90 speed is more important than the 90 RPM.
Yes.
Rotor RPM.
Right. Now, but like I said, if you're like, especially if you're over water and you're trying to get back to shore, you're trying to eke out every little horizontal bit of horizontal as possible, then that 90% is going to be very, very important, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But if, say, for example, we're just going to be short, like maybe like 200, 300 feet, just getting
descending for ground reference at Queens Gate, Long Beach.
just getting more speed will be helpful. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So. All right, looking good.
Okay, so this would be a long one over here to get to it, get close to it.
Exactly, right?
All right,
So
so
when you're ready.
3, 2, 1, down.
Good.
Aft, roll off.
Good. There's our speed already.
The speed right
Good.
there.
Hold it right there. So good. So now just start raising collective nice and smooth.
Yep.
Start getting it down to 90. Keep it rolled off.
Yep.
All right, we're going to hear that horn a little bit. Don't pull back. Natural reaction is pull back when that happens. Good. There you go. Pull it up just a tiny bit more. No, there you go. Right there. Perfect. See? We're pretty much 90. Look at this.
Yeah.
We are sailing. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to make this, but actually, no, we're going to make this fine. Look at that. This is perfect.
Make it, yeah.
All right, great. So, all right, so start lowering collective here. Start getting the RPMs back. Good. Now recover. Roll on a little bit right there. Good. Nice and smooth.
Right
Yeah, we made that right there. See? Easy, right? Wasn't hard. So the nice thing about it is that you actually started off at 90.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have to do much. You're just like, okay, hold that 90, just raise collective, right? So let's do that again, but this time let's start off at a slower
70.
speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lights all good. Green, green, green. Everything's good.
It's funny though, left pedal trim. As soon as people start hearing that horn, everybody's natural reaction is to start pulling back on that cyclic, right? Because you know that, I mean, even subconsciously, some people realize if you pull back on the cyclic, your RPMs start to go back up, which is great, right? But in this case right here, you need to
hold it.
Hold it right there, right? So just kind of keep your eye on that one right there, because right at the end when we're starting to recover, we already dropped it down to 85.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens before you even know it, kind of thing. So that's just one of those things you just gotta remember, just keep that thing forward right there. 90%, we're looking great. Especially here at sea level, we got nothing to worry about. All right, we could probably drop it down to almost 80 and still have enough RPMs to recover.
Yeah.
Good back there?
He's jealous. He wants to sit up front too. No.
No, I'm pretty happy sitting here and just observing the whole thing.
Oh, you sometimes learn just as much by observing, right? It is.
Yeah. I have watched
I haven't scared
gauges.
John yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it if you don't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm at the point of the training now as a double I. You should be not be scaring people anymore. I can get better and better and better, but.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be anything where that's like, oh my God, why'd you do that kind of thing, right?
Exactly. What is this discoloration in the water over here? Is that algae?
A lot of it is algae. You know what I mean? There's like rocks underneath there that it's attaching to as well too. So that's why you got the straight lines going that way, kind of thing. But just the water in this area is just dirty, right? With all the ships and all the stuff coming from the trucks and all that. See, the water here is always nasty. And because they have the breakwater there, that's not allowing the water to wash in and out. Yeah. It just stays nasty the entire time. Yeah. So you never want to go swimming in a harbor.
No.
All right, when you're ready.
We're 15.
All right, good. So yeah, so this time started off slower, and then we'll let it build to it.
Let me get down to 70.
Harbor traffic helicopter 4 Whiskey Bravos at sea launch, be operating between sea launch and Pier 300, 1,500 feet and below.
That noise cancelling in my ear compared to this headset with a difference.
Yeah. I'm sorry that we didn't have that. All right, so pull it back a little slower right now.
So a little bit more slow, right
Good.
there.
All right, when you're ready.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Down, left, off.
Roll. Just nose forward right here.
Forward, let it go.
Good, right there. Just catch as necessary. Keep that nose forward. More forward.
Forward.
Yep, right there.
Okay, and then...
No, don't raise, don't raise. Not yet. Get it to 90.
90.
And then raise as necessary. There you go. So good, we're pretty much there. Raise, now raise a little bit more. Good, keep rolled up, very good. And nose forward, good right there. Look at that.
Should be able to make it again?
Yeah, we're gonna make this easy. Look at that, see? Even we're going a little slower now. All right, lower collective.
Lower collective.
All right, and then recover as necessary. Good, great job. Look at that, so yeah, we made that for sure. See, just like I said, first things first, just get that nose forward.
Yeah.
And then as it's coming down, you see where it's at and then adjust, right? Because you're trying to make as minimal inputs as possible because as you no doubt have noticed, people tend to over-control, right? And once you start over-controlling, then you're chasing and then everything starts out of whack.
I was already picking up collective at 85, but I should have just waited until I got to 90 first and then, because it would give me a little bit less work to do actually.
Exactly, exactly, right.
Okay.
Cool. You feel good with that one?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
All right. You want to do not max glide, but max...
Short distance?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Max endurance, what's it called again? I forget what it is. But either way, 55.
No, it's 55 speed and 90 RPM, road RPM.
Good. So in this case right here, we're going to pull that speed.
Yeah, pull first to 55.
Yep.
And then pull collective to 90. And it's trying to land on the shorter spot.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, we're trying to stay in the air.
And you just want me to go to 1500 or to 12, 1300?
Let's go 12, 1300. We don't have to go up as high this time. Actually, you know what? When we do this one, enter. As soon as we enter, start raising collective first.
Okay.
Because when you raise the collective, naturally the nose tends to pop up a little bit, which tends to lower the speed.
Yes.
Which will help out that way. So that way, once again, doing less, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we enter like normal, start pulling up that collective nice and easy. Let the speed bleed off by itself. Get the 90%, good to go.
Okay. And you on like a CTF frequency or local frequency that people are on for training purposes, or?
Yeah, because
harbor frequency.
LA Basin is split up into North Basin and South Basin.
Okay.
So North Basin is more towards LA, all that area right there, like downtown and whatnot. Lower Basin is more the harbor, the coast, and stuff like that.
Okay. And they're bringing pressure 20 inches.
Yeah, there's no one out here right now. Someone mentioned they were doing ground rest maneuvers over at Queens Gate over there. But they're usually about 1,000 or so, and they're going to stay far away from us, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're doing shorter, I can make the turn here. Clear left.
All right, left's good.
All right, lights are all, everything good. 1, 2, 3, that's good. All right, normal entry, collective.
Yep, start raising that collective.
And then we'll adjust.
Yep.
I will go a little closer to see if we can.
Yeah, just enter from the normal spot.
Yeah.
See what happens. All right, when you're ready.
Okay, we're stable. 3, 2, 1, down, off,
Good.
and raise.
Raise. Good. See, it's going to start leaning back that speed. Nice and easy.
Yep.
All right,
Make sure
good.
I keep my.
All right, good. So pull back a little bit more. Start bleeding off that speed now. All right, we're pretty much already there. So
90 and 5.
good. Keep going. Pull back more. There you go. Now 55. Good. Hold it there.
Yep.
Good. Look at that. See, we're coming down very, very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow. Look at that.
And we
can-
definitely would make it. Very
Absolutely.
nice.
All right, cool. Lower collective.
Lower collective.
That's there.
Back
Nice
on.
and easy. Nice and easy. There
Control.
you go. Good.
And slowly power back in.
Very nice.
And